trust. It's a simple 5-letter word, but in reality, it's not so simple. As you move your business to digital transactions and your customers become ones and zeros coming across, how can you trust that the person you're interacting with is who they say they are? And we've all heard the horror stories about all the different online fraud that's occurring, and not just e-commerce transactions, but people selling homes out from underneath other people's feet, North Korean actors infiltrating corporations. How do you know that a person is who they say they are? Well, hello, everybody. My name is Kurt Ernst, and not trying to scare you. We'll get into those answers, but I am the principal product manager for risk and fraud here at Proof. And I'm going to show you how Proof, the line of products, along with Defend underpinning it, can help you give that level of trust that you so need in order to be confident in the transactions that occur. So let me talk for 2 minutes a little bit about what Proof is and how the products tie together. And then I will show you the Defend product and how it underpins everything to give you that level of assurance and that trust. So before we start, let me talk a little bit about what Proof is. Proof, simply put, is an organization, a company that can give you confidence in digitizing all of your transactions that you have and giving you trust. Whether it's a notarized transaction, where you need to get a form notarized in front of a real notary, done online in real time, or a signature where your identity is required, or IAL2 level compliance, or a verify where you have a person in the loop because an individual can't complete a signing or a closing, or certify, which is our new product, which allows you to digitally encrypt every single document you have. Underpinning all that is Defend. Defend is our product that combines multiple levels of data, including around your identity, your phone, your email, your location, how you interact with our platform, how we've seen you across our entire network, and brings that all together with a best-in-class fraud model, risk model, that has been trained on 10 plus years of transaction data, hundreds of billions of value of these transactions, 600,000 hours of video, which nobody else in the market has, live trusted agent, and Visa data as well. We are the first non-e-commerce company to collaborate with Visa to bring this data in. And tying this all together, we have developed a model that underpins our Defend product line, which has shown a 530% increase in the ability to detect fraud over standard industry models today. So with all of that, I want to show you really simply what Defend is and how it works. And so I'm going to start as your customer would. I'm going to start by sending your customer a transaction. Simple as clicking the Identify tab. We're going to send this test transaction. And this also shows you how easy and quickly it is to get up and go. And we have a known bad actor on our platform. His name is Freddy Fraud. He does many bad things on our platform. And we are going to show you what this looks like. So now I've sent a transaction to Freddy Fraud, and I'm waiting for that to complete. So now I'm going to spare you some of the login pieces, but now I am Freddy Fraud, and I am trying to do fraudulent things across the network. So I come in, I'm going to start a verified transaction. Now, normally I would say a mobile device, but because I'm on my computer, I will use this device. And we select where we're coming in from and what type of, in this case, I have a driver's license. And now we continue the flow. Now, because I am a bad actor, I am going to use a digital ID that I've downloaded from the web. So I will bring this up to the camera. Now, if this was a real ID, the capture would be much faster. But because it's not, it takes a little bit of time. And there, now I have a picture. I'm going to use this photo. Now, like any credential, you need to take a picture of the back as well. I'm not going to waste my time doing that because I'm a fraudster and I know how to get through, no problem. Now, if this was a real transaction, all of these would fail. But I just wanted to show this because this is the best I have. And now we're going to do a simple selfie. So we're processing the ID. Takes a moment. Now I do a selfie check. So this is a simple and fast look in the camera, look to the left, look to the right, and I guess I need to be in the camera, so let me get in there. Okay, we're on camera. And now we're verified. It's processing to make sure there's a person, and now we're done. So I'm Freddy Fraudster, and I think I've gotten through the flow and done pretty well. But now let me go back to you, and you see this portal. And here is an example. Let me refresh that so you can see the most recent transaction. Oh, wait a minute. Here's Mr. Freddy Fraud. Now, this is what we call our risk tab. And so we can see all the risk alerts that have come in, and you can see them all in one place, and you can filter on them. But what you can see here is a new feature we've added, which is called held for review. Well, what does that do? If a person comes in and they're a medium or high risk individual, and you can configure what you want to do with it, you probably don't want them letting go through the flow. You probably don't want them to complete and get their documents until you've had an opportunity to look at it. So what held for review does is it puts the transaction in a holding pattern so that your analyst or you can go through and review the transaction. So in this particular example, I see this Freddy Fraud has completed this, and it's a high risk. Well, why is that a high risk? Well, I'm able to go in and take a look. So for example, I'm able to look at their identity. Now, again, this is a test platform, so this is not real risk signals, but if it had, there would be a lot more. But you can see immediately that we detected high risk, and here's why. Now, in this particular case, there's only a couple signals. Name does not match the resolved individual, which means this name doesn't go against what we think we should see, or the date of birth is not found with this person's name. But there's a number of other risk signals you can see. For example, email address may be brand new, which is common behavior for a fraudster, or we can't see their real address, or their device information is saying it's a rooted or jailbroken device. All of these are signals that the fraudster will potentially have to be able to piece together the breadcrumbs that this is a bad individual. Now, in this particular case as well, this was obviously an electronic replica and not a real driver's license, and so that would have triggered as well. And we can also see that here, this individual is not where they say they are. The home address is in Amarillo, Texas, but they're coming in from Ashburn, Virginia. And this is real-time data we collect on device, IP, and how they interact, along with if they went through a notary meeting, what happened there, if they failed KBAs. All of this leads into this cutting-edge fraud score, and in this case, it's a high risk. Now, what can you do with this? Well, with the risk routing capability that we just talked about a minute ago, there's actions you can take. You can approve this transaction. It's okay. We agree. We've gone through and we understand why they're coming in from another location, or we're going to decline it because it's not who we think there's a high chance it's fraud. Now, if you approve it, you can also mark the recipient as safe, meaning that this individual, we understand their risk signals, and if they come in again, we want to let them go through if they have those same risk signals. Or we can mark them as unsafe and tag that for future. So in this particular case, I'm going to decline the transaction. I know this person is fraud, and so I'm going to say Freddy Fraud is a known bad actor, and we're going to confirm that. And all of this just takes seconds to minutes to be able to go through and see all this data. So this is the Fen platform. It runs seamlessly underneath, integrated with the products that you will use, such as Identify, the Notary. There's nothing additional that needs to be done, but we take in hundreds of risk signals and determine it. I hope this was helpful. Again, my name is Kurt Ernst, and if you have any questions or would like to understand how Defend can be enabled for you, please reach out to the sales department, and we'd be happy to give you a demo and enable you so you can use this cutting-edge technology.